What is up, guys? Team Yugi Feels here, and we just got a ban list. That's right, ban list. That means we have interesting videos to cover over the next few weeks, deck profiles that will be posted, all the good stuff you guys already know. And as you can see on the screen, we have my personal favorite deck of all time, as I've talked about frequently on my channel, and that is Burning Abyss. Boy, did this deck get pumped. It got pumped through the roof. I am super hyped. If you guys have not seen the ban list yet, like, you're gonna see how good this deck is post ban list. Like, I'm just gonna be able to show you everything going on here. Now, I want everyone to keep in mind that when I showcase this, the only thing that I'm iffy on is the side deck. We don't have a completely defined meta yet, depending on how everything goes. I think a lot of the decks that were the top decks last format will still be fully viable this format as well. I just think that they're going to play differently. That being said, though, Burning Abyss is going to be nuts. You know, like I said, the only thing that I'm iffy on is the side deck, and even that, I like my side deck already. So I'm pretty happy to show this to you guys. So let's hop right into it. So for the BAs, we can now play 2 Cir and 2 Graff. Talk about a great day to be alive, being able to play 2 of each of these. Don't get me wrong, playing 3 of each would be phenomenal. But it's a process. We'll get there. We'll get there. I promise. If they can go to 2, they can go to 3. That's just how Yu-Gi-Oh works. Everyone should know that by now. Then I play 2 Farfa and 2 Skarm. So I really didn't want to play 3 of anything. I just didn't like it. Like, when I started doing some test hands with 3 at first, and I'm like, oh, maybe this will work, maybe it won't, and I found that I was just drawing like too many like Skarms or too many Farfas. I really don't want to do that, so I opted to just play 2 of the 4 important ones, like 2 copies of each of the important ones. Then for the one-ofs, the 1 Barbar, the 1 Libic, the 1 Alec, and the 1 Rubik for the needle fiber combo that gets you into your access code. Really good stuff. I think that this ratio, like, just playing these is really good. You can play Calcab if you want, but like the deck right now as I'm playing it is currently 42 cards. I don't have room to cut it down to 40 unless I like put some stuff in the side deck that I really don't want to. So I'm opting to stick with the 42, but if you want to cut some cards, change it around and play 40 and just toss in a Calcab somewhere, you're more than welcome to. I'm so hyped about this. I bought these like months and months ago. I've had these for a few years actually, but I bought these a while ago, and like I'm so happy that I did. And that is 3 Tour Guide. That's right, I got my ulti playset. Super happy about this. I figured this card would go back to 3. I've been saying it for like the last 2 ban lists. There's no reason that it couldn't be at 3. It can get hit with Ash Veiler, Imperm, or Gamma, which basically is the whole entire format in hand traps. So like, don't get me wrong, it's good. It's, you know, still one of the best cards, if not the best card in the deck, but it definitely lost some steam with all the hand traps running around. And then I opted to also play 2 Rhino Warrior, is basically 2 more BA cards, and the 1 Backjack. I think that this is just something that should commonly be done. The Rhino Warrior, I think, like, maybe cut it to 1, but honestly, I think 2 is fine. Because like sometimes if I open up a Rhino, a BA, and a Tour Guide, typically I'm more likely to summon the Rhino and the BA than the Tour Guide if it's my first turn. It's better. It's just the smart thing to do. Then some hand traps here, triple Ash and double Veiler. I only play the Veiler for the needle fiber combo going into access code with the Selene and everything, because you need a spellcaster to go off with it, and Veiler is good enough. And if you draw it as a hand trap, then you're also golden because it's still a monster negation. And then the last monsters in here are the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes, because we are playing the Red Eyes Fusion for the Dragoon combo. Tour Guide is a 1-card Dragoon, which is crazy. Card's really good, so being able to end on Dragoon and Beatrice is pretty good, not gonna lie. Then for the other spells, I play 1 Foolish Burial and 3 Forbidden Droplet. Droplet is crazy in this deck. Like, let me tell you, discarding BA cards to negate stuff and then triggering your BA effects, you do not get any better than that. So honestly, playing Droplet, in my opinion, is better than playing something like Dark Ruler. It facilitates your deck to go second as well. That way you can actually play the game still. Really crazy card. Overall, definitely worth playing in BA. Those are all the spells, though. We'll move on to the traps. I play triple imperm. It's basically my other hand trap too. So playing 8 hand traps should ensure you to draw 1 for the most part mathematically in your opening hand, which is pretty good. But I think that overall that playing the 3 imperm is also really good because we play trap trick in here. This is not like a PK fire list. This is just pure BA. So like it's, you know, the PK fire list we'll post at a different date. But 3 imperm is really good. Then triple Dynamiscus. Eldritch is going to be pretty solid still this format, so you're going to want to banish those Golden Lords, which is definitely made more easy with the Dynamiscus. And then another way that it's made more easy is by playing Ice Dragon's Prison. I think this card is really good against a lot of matchups. I don't think there's one matchup in particular that it overly excels in. However, if I were to lean towards one, I'd definitely say the Eldritch matchup, just because of how good it is. And for more graveyard disruption, we have Fiend Griefing. Considering Call by the Grave went to 1, you kind of want to play some other graveyard stuff here that, you know, you can kind of just shift your opponent's cards around and stop them from basically plowing through your board. And then the last card that we play is Double Trap Trick. I didn't want to play 3. I mean, you only want to draw 1 of it anyways for the most part, so I opted to stick with 2, and I think 2 is the proper ratio. That is the main deck, though. We will now move on to the extra deck, which is, in my opinion, pretty standard. Nothing super crazy in here. Pretty simple stuff. So let's hop onto it. Double Dante. I still don't think you need 3. I think 2 is perfectly fine in the deck, honestly. Like your Cir is just going to loop it back over and over and over again, which is really cool. 1 Levier and 1 Beatrice. I think that Levier is just really, really awesome, and Beatrice is one of your big end board pieces anyways, so you got to play the Beatrice. And then I do play the Pilgrim. I think that playing the Pilgrim is just really, really good because a lot of people kind of ignore Beatrice now. They act like she doesn't have a second effect. So then they destroy her, and then you summon your Pilgrim, and you have at least 1 draw off of it most of the time. So having at least 1 draw at the minimum is pretty good. So I really enjoy the Pilgrim. Those are like all of our XCs/BA extra deck cards. Then we have the 1 Dragoon and the 1 Anaconda. Kind of standard considering we're playing this engine. It's just kind of required at that point if you're playing the engine. Then for some other rank 2s, we have a Masquerena and a Hulk. Just really, really good. I mean, you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go with everything. So really, really good choices there. Then I opted to play the 1 Gravity Controller. I'm 50-50 on this. Honestly, I might swap it for a Nightmare Cerberus, but at the same time, if I can only end on a Dante with a Cir attached, I'd rather like make the Gravity Controller, summon the Dante back, and then make a Beatrice, than just ending on like a Dante. So like that just seems a lot better. So I'm between whether or not I want to play Gravity Controller or Nightmare Cerberus. But speaking of Nightmare cards, we do have Phoenix and Unicorn. I think that Phoenix and Unicorn are just the best Nightmares going forwards, and they're definitely going to help out a lot. So playing those is fully worth it. Then, as I mentioned before, we have the Celine and the Access Code Talker. Basically what you do, because I know I had someone ask me on my last video, is you start your Needle Fiber combo with like Tour Guide and Rubik. So Tour Guide summons the Rubik, and then you link into Needle Fiber. Needle Fiber then summons an Effect Veiler from deck. You make Celine with the Needle Fiber and the Effect Veiler, and then the Celine gains counters on it per the number of spells in your opponent in your graveyard and on the field. So basically all you need is 3 spell cards on the field or in the graveyard overall between you and your opponent's field. And as long as you have 3, you can summon the Veiler back with Celine's effect, and then you just link the Veiler and the Celine into Access Code, and then you have a 5300 attack point Access Code, which is really good. So that's how that combo works. And then the last card that I play is 1 Boros Sword. Very 50-50 on it. I want to play Zero Boros instead, because I think Zero Boros is significantly better, and Zero Boros can be made off of the Needle Fiber combo as well, in case you don't want to play the Access Code Talker. It's a good option to have anyways, but the Boros Sword can probably be swapped out, unless you like the OTK factor with that. Moving on to the side deck, though. Side deck is kind of, I don't want to say it's weird. I think side deck is really, really standard. I just think it covers pretty much all the bases for the meta. So let's just hop into this. 3 Lancia. This is for Dino. It's also pretty good against Infernoble because then they can't Phoenix Blade loop. I don't know why they didn't ban Smoke Grenade of the Thief or whatever it is. That card probably should have been addressed because now hand loops are going to be a thing. And Konami hates hand loops, so I was kind of confused by that. Other than that, I understood basically everything on the ban list. Everything made pretty much fairly logical sense, but the Lancia is really good against several matchups, so it's definitely worth playing in there. Then we have triple Gamseal. Kaijus are pretty good, especially considering the whole Dragoon thing. Being able to just Kaiju it in this deck is insane, so playing the Gamseal, in my opinion, is a very, very smart choice. Then I play 1 Pankratops. Pankratops, I think, is just, like, in this deck especially, ridiculously good because, like, it can clear itself off the board, so you don't have to worry that much about, like, your BAs being automatically destroyed because you just summon the Pankratops, get rid of the Pankratops by popping a card, and then you just continue from there with BA plays. Really, really good card. I love Pankratops. Then some spell cards here. I'm opting for triple Twin Twister because back row is going to be probably somewhat popular, I think. I think back row always is really popular in the beginning of the format, so I usually play a lot more back row hate at the beginning of the format rather than at the end of it. And I think that Twin Twisters is just really good in this deck overall because discarding your BA cards is also just really nice. So basically in your back row matchups, you can swap out Forbidden Droplet for the Twin Twisters. That's usually how it goes. Then I managed to get 2 Lightning Storms. Shout out to my buddy Nick for getting me 2 Lightning Storms. Much appreciated. Card's just really good overall. I think that going forwards it's going to be really helpful. The fact that Block Dragon is banned, now you don't have to worry about the block or the rock cards not being destroyed by card effect, which is pretty good. Just in case you do decide to go that route. And then the last card in the side deck here is triple Evenly Matched. I think that overall card's really good, and the fact that you can trap trick this card is also crazy because there's going to be at least one game where you side to like think you're going second and your opponent makes you go first, and then they attack through your board and everything, and then at the end of the battle phase you just flip the trap trick, set the evenly, and then you just get rid of their board, and your opponent kind of like has their jaw hit the floor, and you get to laugh about it, which is the best part. But that is the side deck for the BA deck profile. So that basically rounds up the entire list. Like I said, 42 cards. It's really, really tough to try and get it down to 40. If you cut the Dragoon engine and add in a Calcab, then that's 40 cards exact, but I don't like that as much. I think that the Dragoon engine is just too good not to be playing, and especially in this deck. Like, it's crazy because it just gives you something really strong to end on with possible back row to also back you up. So I fully expect the Dragoon engine to make this deck even better than it will already be. But I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is a very, very fun deck to play, so I hope all of you enjoy it. And for right now, this is Team Yugi Fails signing out.